Hello, my name is Chris Parham, and this is my project for the observation exercise for the Dynamic Media Institute. And my project deals with fully vaccinated Harvard and a study and an observation of Currier House, which is one of the dormitories at Harvard University. And what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be seeing the pattern and the behavior of students going in and out of the front door in this day and age of COVID-19 and the procedures that Harvard, for instance, is doing right now in terms of making sure that all students are safe when it comes to coming back to school on a full-time basis. So we're going to start with our first slide. And our first slide deals with, again, front entrance at Currier, fully vaccinated at Harvard. And what you're looking at on the top left-hand corner and also the top middle is students are standing there waiting for the shuttle bus to go to their classes. And to your right, you'll see how the procedures that they take now in terms of cleaning the door handles, wearing gloves, wearing masks, and so on. And they do that a lot at the front door more than they did before. So as you can see, some of the students abide by the mask mandate and others don't. So for instance, we've got at least 4 people not wearing masks, but at the same time, they are practicing social distancing, for instance, on the shuttle buses. But at the same time, they sit in the cafeteria closely together. So there's that sense of kids want to hang out with each other, but at the same time, they also want to be careful as well. So again, what we're looking at is we're looking at a lot of students who are masked and some who aren't masked. So we're going to move on to our next slide. And here what we're looking at is sketches of those same students. And on the top, we're looking at the signs, for instance, that are all over Harvard University when it comes to you don't have a mask, please see a building manager, and so on. So these are all the brand new precautions that they're doing right now at Harvard University to make sure that everyone's safe. So in my observation, what I saw mostly was everybody's on their cell phone, of course, but at least maybe 2 or 3 or 4 people don't have masks on even when they're outside. But the bulk of the kids do wear their masks no matter where they're at. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to repeat both of those pictures, both to your bottom left and to your bottom right, to show, for instance, to your bottom right, the guy's there by himself and he's not wearing a mask. But the behavior of everyone going in and out of Harvard, especially this front door at Currier, is again, like I said, kids like to clean up the door handle. They wear gloves. They have their own disinfectant. They have disinfectant at the front desk and at the front door as well. So the kids have all the options in the world to stay safe and to stay clean. And again, with the sketches, I just wanted to kind of get a cross section of what kids, what kids are, why they're wearing the mask, who they're around, and why it's so important for them to stay focused on that while going to school as well. And as you can see, I wanted to make the slideshow less text heavy. So for instance, I put to your left vaccinated versus unvaccinated and the reasons why people, especially college students, aren't getting vaccinated. And I just wanted to kind of put out facts out there for you to see for yourself why kids are responding the way they are, for instance, at Currier and all of the dormitories, really. And for instance, to your right, you'll see most unvaccinated adults say getting vaccinated is a bigger risk to their health than the coronavirus. And that's just plain misinformation. So we're not even going to touch that one right now. But also, Harvard University COVID-19 charts show 93% vaccination rates for employees and 87% for currently enrolled students and 0.2% for Harvard contractors. So as you can see, the big bulk of the vaccination rates are among the students and among the employees before everyone can come back to school. And as you can see at the top, that's a young man going into Currier right now by himself. And what I wanted to show here was just the plain facts. 97% of people entering hospitals for COVID-19 are unvaccinated. That's a fact, simple as that. And to your bottom left, you'll see Harvard reports high vaccination rates among students and employees ahead of full reopening. So it was just important for me with this project to kind of get across not a political agenda or anything like that, but just the main facts that the kids here are very, very careful now in terms of how they associate with people, how they deal with people, and how they interact after being away from each other for a year and a half. So, for instance, these new vaccination rates to your bottom right, as of September 2nd, 95% of employees have been vaccinated and 93% of students have been vaccinated. So those numbers are very, very high. And Harvard has really been on top of this in terms of wanting to make sure that it was safe for students to stay at places like the Currier House, which is one of the youngest dormitories there, which was built in like 1970. So it's pretty modern, but the kids are very careful on how they interact with each other when they go in and out of Currier and all the dormitories here at the Quad. And in my next to last slide, I basically put it out there. What are the chances of getting COVID-19 at the age of 19 and ending up in a hospital room instead of a classroom at Harvard University? And the answer is chances are real good of the hospital stay instead of a classroom if you're not fully vaccinated. So just get vaccinated. That's all you have to do. That's just something that I think kids are really, they're like, I want to go back to school. I want to go to school so bad I will get vaccinated no matter what my political beliefs, blah, blah, blah. So it's very, very important for them. Again, going back to the beginning of what I was talking about in terms of how kids interact with each other when it comes to COVID, their relationship to each other, how they stand away from each other, and that's what I noticed at Currier at the front desk entrance was kids were very kind of doing their social distancing thing, standing 6 feet apart, but friends were standing a lot closer. So to me, that says that they're most likely vaccinated. And in conclusion, just get tested and get the vaccine. Going back to the beginning of my project, I talked a lot about how the kids are using cleaning solutions and they're using cleaning solutions to clean the front door, and they're probably doing the same thing in their rooms themselves, going in and out. They're very, very careful. A lot of the kids wear gloves and so on. So that's basically the key, and that's the behavior that I noticed at Harvard University at this one specific dormitory where, again, kids are practicing social distancing, but it just depends on where they're at as well, because they all sit together in the cafeteria, but that's about it. Thank you very much. In conclusion, again, like I said, please get tested and get the vaccine. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.